We got quite a bit of New Balances that are releasing at the end of July, so let's just jump right into it. First up is a new collaboration on the Children's 990 V6 with DTLR. It's called the Gelato colorway. I think this is a very fire colorway. Unfortunately, it's one of the many fire DTLR colorful colorways that are only for kids sizes, which is unfortunate. You guys know I love the V6 and you know I love the louder colorways, so it's a shame that these are only in kids sizes. But if you have smaller feet or have kids of your own, this is definitely a fire summer pair, and it's currently available on DTLR right now. Releasing tomorrow on the 15th is Shohei Ohtani's first ever New Balance signature cleat and trainer version of the cleat. The model is called the SO1. Obviously SO stands for Shohei Ohtani, and 1 being his first signature model. Both of the colorways are pretty simple and clean. You got both a white and gold colorway as well as the trainer version, as well as a black and gold colorway. Both are pretty solid, and of course Shohei Ohtani is a huge signing for New Balance, so it's really cool to see his first ever signature shoe with the brand. And next up are 2 new Main UK GRs. First up is a 991 V2. It's called the Brandied Apricot color. I just call it the Hairy Pink Suede colorway because, as you can tell, it's hairy suede in a nice shade of pink. It kind of reminds me of an eraser pink. It's very fire. You guys know I think New Balance always kills it with pink, and this is no exception, especially with the hairy suede. It's very fire and it looks great in the 991 V2, and it's releasing on the 18th according to Extra Butter. I'm sure there's going to be an even wider release on newbalance.com, and releasing alongside it is another Main UK GR, this time being a 1500. It's called the Rainforest colorway. It's a pretty solid Rainforest green colorway. They have hairy suede as well as panels of Rainforest nubuck and mesh. It's pretty simple, but definitely a very clean pair, especially for the 1500. Also releasing on the 18th is a new 998 GR. I'm not too sure if this is part of Teddy Santis Season 6 or not. It has the same branding utilized on Teddy Santis Main USA GRs, but then again, this particular branding was also used on Main USA GRs that weren't Teddy Santis pairs. But regardless, this is a very fire GR for the 998, and what I like most about it is that it utilizes premium leathers, as you can see in the middle as well as the back of the shoe. Definitely a very premium GR, and definitely at a premium price. $220 for a 998 is definitely not cheap, and although it's the summer, this is definitely going to be a solid pair for the upcoming colder months. And next up, releasing on the 24th, is a Yue Wu Design 1906A. It doesn't really have an official name on New Balance, but I'm just going to call it the deconstructed colorway because, as you can tell, it has that deconstructed aesthetic, almost like an unfinished aesthetic, like the excess material hasn't been cut off and then there's like intentional overlaid stitching. It's definitely a cool concept, and it looks cool on the 1906A model, and it's definitely at a more premium price at $170. And last but not least is a new collaboration with Whitaker Group. For those of you who don't know, the Whitaker Group is the parent company to boutiques like Ama Manier and Social Status, and they're going to make 2 collaboration colorways for the 1906U, supposedly dropping on the 16th. It's going to be called the Willful Bias Pack. This colorway is pretty striking. You got accents of teal blue as well as orange in the midsole, pretty cool, and you got some metallic silver synthetic material on the panels and a different type of mesh, which is definitely a nice touch. And then the other colorway is what I like to call a low-key heat type of colorway. It's mostly neutral. You got grays, you got your creams and blacks, then you got the pop of kind of like brick red or red orange as well as yellow in the midsole. Kind of reminds me of sunset colors, as well as the accents in the end logo and the back tab. Definitely a very fire colorway, definitely a low-key heat type of colorway. I really love the subtle pop of color on this colorway. Probably my favorite of the 2 in the Willful Bias Pack. And that's gonna do it for the upcoming New Balances for July 2024. What New Balances are you guys looking forward to? I'd definitely like to know down in the comments.